Hey, everybody, welcome back. Today we have our wonderful Nat, who is a fan-turned-social media guru. We're just going to jump right into it. Hi, Nat.
Hi.
I'm so excited you're here.
I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm
Yeah.
usually like, if I'm on your socials, if it's of my feet or like the sky, then that's me. Obviously, it's not you or Brian. So I'm like, how are we feeling today? And it's like a picture of me at
You're
the
like at the
DMV,
DMV. Yeah.
literally at the DMV.
Yeah. I live for it. I love it. I'll look at some of your comments and I'm like, slay.
Oh,
Fucking
we've dropped
slay.
Slay
Oh, we dropped slay. Okay,
because
she's our Gen Zer, so she's the one that taught us slay, gang, like all this stuff.
Brian says gang gang. That's kind of cringe.
Okay, is that
With
cringe now?
love,
Okay, no, I mean, yeah,
right?
he does some cringe stuff
Respectfully,
because he's not here, so we can talk shit.
right?
Okay, so we dropped slay.
We're saying boots now.
I'm sorry, what?
Like boots the house down, Charlie XCX.
Oh, that's a Charlie XCX thing?
No, it's like, it's this I don't know if it's a Vine or a TikTok, but I'll have to show you later. We're saying
Okay.
boots because I keep getting feedback that we need to drop Slay, so now we're boots.
Okay, so how do I use boots? Like, instead of, like
Okay, boots.
okay, boots. I just feel so white saying, I'm like, all right, boots,
Okay, booties.
booties. So, it's so fun how we met. We were at a lifestyle party,
Mhm.
and you walked outside and the door was locked. It was like a house
Yeah.
party. And you're all like, let me in, let me in. And I opened the door and then we're just talking. And then what happened?
I was like okay, well, first of all, that night was very strange for me because I had some friends who were going through it, and I walked my friend to her car so she could go home. She was not having a good time. So I walk out in my socks because I expect to come back right away. And I come back and the door's locked. And I've been knocking on the door for like a good 5 minutes before you found me. And then you let me in and we're like chatting for a sec. And I'm like, wait a minute. Are you Layla from the Mass Swingers?
You were like
I
one of
know
the
that
first
voice
people
anywhere.
that ever like, because I was masked too.
Yeah.
So like no one really recognized me or anything. And then I was like,
I heard your voice. I was like, wait, I know that voice.
it was so cool. And then we just talked and I
And
was
just
like, yeah,
kikied all
I need you on my
night.
team.
It was
I
so
need
fun.
you. What was the drama? You said there was like drama, or is it just like your friend wasn't feeling good, or is it like
Yeah.
poly drama
It
or?
was breakup season, which I feel like every season's breakup season. But they were really going through it, and they had, a cocktail of things that night and then just was not feeling great, so
We've all been there. We've all been there. So I want to hear. So you're in the lifestyle.
Mhm.
Are you swinger, non-monogamous, kink? Like, where do you fall under the umbrella?
I'm, like, fairly new to it. I really started last year with my ex, and it was, like, more swinger vibes, and then it was, like, open, and then it became, like, a polycule, and then now the company shut down, and I'm, like, dating someone else.
The company.
The company closed, and we branched off and started our own brand.
Flash sale.
Flash sale, everything has to go.
Have you always wanted to try something like this, or?
I didn't even know it existed.
Me neither.
So my ex, like, was friends with these people, my now friends, a few years ago, and then, like, he tried it with his ex and didn't work out, so they kinda lost contact, and then we started dating. Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I feel like you would really fit in with this crowd," because, like, we kinda bonded over, like, "Oh, we don't feel jealous and there's so much, like, people to date and blah, blah,
Mhm. All
blah." Like,
love.
meh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no bad
right,
feelings.
and I
It's all
never even, like,
good.
thought of it in an ENM way. Didn't even know those acronyms existed. And then he was like, "I feel like you would fit in with these friends." And so we met them for a New Year's party, and then that was, like, my first intro, and yeah. And then we just became poly, and it just didn't work out.
Why didn't it work out? If you want to talk about it.
It's like a whole whiteboard, and also, like, I'm not here to, like
I know. We want to
I
be
don't wanna
mindful of
talk
everybody. But without even talking about them, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't it work out for you? Or what did you learn from this polycule that you were in?
I learned that this is so corny, but communication is key, obvi. Being honest in your communication is key because we were communicating, having long talks, lots of check-ins, but he wasn't being honest with me with how he was actually feeling. And
Oh.
so it was like setting me up to fail.
Mhm.
And I had big feelings too. And I would bring it up, but it also takes me a while to figure out what's actually wrong because I don't like to bring things up if it's if I don't have it figured out yet.
Mm.
Let's say in like a jealousy way. I'm feeling upset about this situation. I'm like, okay, wait, why am I actually upset? Because I don't want to bring up the topical issue because that's not I don't want to speak on something if I don't actually feel that way. Cause you know how like anger is like the head note, and then it's like, fear and anxiety and abandonment is like the undernote or whatever, like
Mhm.
in fragrance, whatever.
Did you
Um,
experience jealousy with like previous relationships that weren't poly? Like if you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they're like talking to some guy or someone at a bar, are you like, ugh,
Not really.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
this one really challenged me. Yeah, I waited to figure out what was wrong before I brought it to them, but then that time and space, I think I let too much of that in. I don't know, it just was clashing of, like, what we wanted.
Mhm.
Um,
And are you still, I mean, after, because that was your first poly experience. So
yeah.
did you do that and you were like, I'm poly? Or did you do it and you were like, maybe this isn't for me?
I did it, and it's not for me. I'll
Poly isn't
never
for you?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I think that
And not judging.
yeah, 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 and, like, 'cause I know you're, like, super poly,
Yeah.
and when we were poly, it felt good until it didn't, and not saying that's why I'm not poly, but being in my relationship now, that's not what I want to do for this relationship.
So what was the dynamic? Because polycule, did you
Mhm.
find them all individually? Like what how did that happen?
So we were in this friend group that I had mentioned, and this person I'd gone on a like probably one date with them, and we would hook up at parties. My now ex, my then boyfriend, and him moved in together. And at the time, it was like, oh, so fun. Like, we're all friends here.
Well, your friend moved in with your boyfriend.
Yeah,
Okay.
my then boyfriend. And then that's like when me and our friend bonded a lot. And so we started dating. And then there's other thing with like my then boyfriend dating someone else in the friend group. And then we just became this like polycule. And
Were you
so I was
guys
dating roomies.
were you living with them too?
No, no. But
Okay.
I was spending a lot of time there, so I might as well been.
Right. Okay, that can be
When it
pretty
was good,
complicated.
I was like, "This is my house. It's like me and my
Yeah.
boyfriends. Like, I need water. Can someone get me water?"
Yes, that's the dream, honestly. Like that's my best case scenario is if I find somebody that eventually after years, maybe even like join our family.
Yeah.
Cause I just want to be like cuddled by two people
Right,
and like taken care of by two
right.
people and just loved
And you
on.
love them already, and, like, there's that foundation of trust, and you're like, "This
Yeah.
feels really good."
And especially if they're like, if my husband and my partner are like good friends,
Mhm.
that is so wonderful and like hot to me.
Right.
Cause I know people that have been with someone for like a year and they're married and they've never met, like the boyfriend and the husband. And I'm like, do you ever want them
Mm.
to meet? And she's like, no, like I want it to stay separate, which to each their own. You can do
Right.
whatever you want in
Right,
polyamory, but
right,
I'm
right.
like, I just want to be like a cute little family.
Right. So, yeah, when
Yeah.
it was good, and then when it
Yeah.
became bad, it was bad. It had a bad fallout, and I am trying to be my best self, my biggest self, to not hold a grudge or, like, hold this against anybody. We're in our growth era,
Mm.
and I'm trying to let go of my anger.
Okay. So are you
So,
still angry?
I'm annoyed.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
annoyed, but when they heal,
mhm.
then, like, I'll feel better. Not that my happiness is dependent on them, but I just want them to stop, like
'Cause there are you guys both in the same friend circle still?
yeah. Like, we're
Oh.
deeply in this friend group, so I sat out on a lot of activities, and I wasn't invited to some activities because it was perceived that he got screwed over the most, which, like, maybe, but,
Damn,
you
see,
you
that's
pave the road you walk on.
and that's
I
so
made that up.
complicated, like and Brian and I have talked about that too. When people break up and they're in the same friend group, people are like, "Oh, who do I invite? Do I invite this person? Do I invite this person?"
Right.
And, like, I personally think you just invite both and just let them figure
Right.
it out.
Which was how it was going a couple times, but then, like, there were a couple parties where we're like, I'm gonna go," and if they come, it's, like, their choice, and so he went, and we're in the same room, and he was behaving badly that week, badly, and so I ignored him to his face. That wasn't maybe mature, but I was like, "I cannot deal with you." And
Did
then
you
we were
like
like, "Okay,
watch
we
him
need
like
to."
hook up with other people and like things like that at this
There was
party?
one instance where, I kinda walked in on that, and I was like, "Gotta
Eh,
go."
That could be awkward.
No, it was really awkward.
See, I haven't had to experience that because
Weird.
anyone I've dated, for the most part, besides Nicole, they're not in the crew.
Mhm.
Like, it's
That's
people I meet in
healthy.
the wild or people from field, but
Mhm.
I haven't dated anybody in the crew, and maybe I'm just because I'm just, like, not into anybody. I don't because I feel like my particular crew that I hang out with is primarily swingers,
Right.
you know?
They're all
So,
coupled.
yeah, they're
Got it.
coupled, they're swingers, like, they have like, I was at a friend's house last night, and he was like, "You and your husband are, like, the only poly people we know that make it work and aren't getting divorced."
It's not common for,
Yeah,
that type of relationship to work out.
yeah,
And, we say the same thing about monogamy, right? Because people love to be like, "Oh, poly or ENM and, open never works out. Everyone breaks up," but so do monogamous people,
right,
you know?
right,
So, even though it didn't work out for me, I'm never gonna be like, "Yeah, poly is you can't do that." Because
right.
it didn't work out for me, but that doesn't
Mhm.
mean it won't work out for someone else, like you, obviously.
Mhm. Like, I can't imagine going back, you know, and we've taken breaks in
Mhm.
polyamory, you know, and, I know you listened to the episode that I think we archived, because I said my husband's name a long time ago, but, uh, when I, went to Palm Springs and I experienced that intense jealousy, and it was the first time I had felt that emotion.
Yeah.
I was also, like, coming off my meds, so
So, and that might have something to do with
that
it.
ought to do it. So I was like detoxing from my SSRIs and getting like brain shocks. And then I was like in the hospital all day because I had something
Ugh,
stuck in my ear. And
yeah.
then I get, to the house with like a billion of our friends. And yeah, and then that girl walked in who I've never
Right.
seen before. And I was like, who is this bitch?
Right.
And because it was also her first play party. And she just walks in after the consent talk, after everything. My husband was into her and I just lost my fucking shit. And we took a break. We took a break from all of lifestyle, polyamory,
Wow.
parties, and we did that for about 4 months, and then around, the 4-month mark, we're like, "We could do this again." But I can't imagine having red tape after taking it down
Mhm.
because I just love so hard and I love so much, and
Yeah.
I wanna be able to, like, kiss and cuddle, and I just can't imagine just taking that back. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to hear that you're like, "Maybe poly isn't for me." Do you suspect maybe if it wasn't in the friend group, maybe somebody you meet out in the wild that you might wanna do it? Or you're currently partnered, right?
Yeah.
You have a boyfriend.
Mhm.
Okay, how's that going? I know I'm
It's
asking 2
amazing.
questions at the
No,
same
no, no,
time.
it's great.
It's going well.
It's perfect.
Is he also kinda like maybe poly isn't for me?
He's not poly.
Really?
Yeah. But,
Okay.
we're in the lifestyle. But, what feels most comfortable for both of us, I mean, I don't wanna speak for him, but for me at least, I like being in lifestyle with people that I know and trust. So, dating out in the wild, in general, is not my jam.
Mm.
Because I'm like, "Are you a murderer? Are you psychotic?" I'm
I
always.
have a Truth Finder account if you ever need it
What is it?
to do background checks. I spend like $50 a month just because I do a background check on anyone I ever meet. I might have already done yours, I don't know. Literally anyone I did, like, my dad's, and I was like, "Oh, I found something crazy," and I told him, and he was pissed. He's like, "Why are you looking into me?"
Oh my god.
I was like, "You're kinda crazy,
Wait,
dad.
dad, you're
You're
crazy. Where'd I get it
crazy." Yeah,
from?
where'd I get it? So, yeah, if you ever do find
Wait, that's
someone in the wild,
amazing.
I will tell
Oh,
you.
wait, you can't check if someone's a narcissist, though.
You can't,
You
but I feel like
know?
if we find their socials, we can kind of maybe get an idea. I did that
Mm.
with my friend. She was dating somebody for a while, and, he was like, "I don't have social media." And I'm like, "Hmm,
Mm. But
So
did he? Oh,
uh-huh,
no.
and, we looked at his Twitter.
No.
First of all,
The Twitter will
Twitter,
always
enough
snitch.
said, right? So we, found what you might imagine somebody who's active on Twitter would
Right, probably racist, probably sexist, probably just saying the most
uh,
insane things.
yeah, and so she was pretty bummed.
Damn.
Yeah, so that sucks. But yeah, just let me know. I wanna where did you grow up?
In Ohio.
Oh, what part
Okay, wait,
what?
wait, wait, everyone, because I know I'm gonna get judgment for this. I was born in LA. Chill. Chill, chill, chill.
Born in LA, raised in Ohio. When did you come back out
Correct.
here?
2019.
2019. What brought
Yeah, yeah.
you back?
Came out here for film industry,
Okay.
and yeah, I love working on set. There's something about like, maybe I shouldn't use this word, but like trauma bonding. Like when things are really intense and you're all just like, we gotta get this done, you know? And then like
Yes.
the
I
way you
work
make friends
best
on
under
set,
pressure.
it's great.
I love working under
That should be like
pressure.
psychoanalyzed, but I think it's great.
See, and that's why I love doing interventions, like, because it's just
Mm,
chaos and it's like little Jimmy's in a ditch. And I'm like, let's fucking go.
let's go, Jimmy.
Yes, I live for it. I love
Yeah,
it. So I would imagine that that would be
it was really fun.
that'd be a fun job.
Yeah.
We were talking about this the other day.
Mhm.
How do we find friends in the lifestyle? So how did you get integrated into your crew?
It was just through my ex. If
Really?
yeah, because we were friends first for a while, and then he introduced me to them.
Mhm.
So if I didn't start dating him or met him, I don't know if I would have found them or like have been in lifestyle ever.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
everyone's like kind of secret about it because there's like now that I'm in it and you're like out in the wild and you're just like chatting with someone new, there's like these little subtle hints or these like code words that you kind of pick up on and you're like, "Wait, are you?" And then like, "Are you?" And then that's like, "Okay." But if I didn't know that or if I was never in it, I would not know.
what are some of those like little mannerisms?
Like, "Yeah, my partner." I think using the word partner
Heart.
first, not
Yeah.
that like every time, but typically I find that, "Oh, yeah, my partner." And then like if they talk about events they go to, the certain like festivals, you know,
Mhm.
or if they're a bit too flirty and they're partnered, then I need to figure that out
Or like
because I'm like,
touchy, because I'm real
yeah,
touchy and I always have been.
yeah.
And I used to get judged for it because I don't even know I'm doing it. I'm just like, "Oh my God." I'm like rubbing
Yeah,
their arm or like long hugs, and
yeah.
people are like, this is a little
You
much. I
do
was like,
much? What is that?
"Okay." But when other people are like that, I'm like,
Are you?
"Are you what I think you
Yeah.
are?" Um, I found the lifestyle because I went on Field and I matched with this couple, and this was 4.5, 5 years ago, and she had a Discord server, and there was only like 10 people in it at the time, and I got like really into Discord and bots during lockdown, and I liked building servers and like
Uh-huh.
coding bots and like super dorky stuff. And so I entered her server and I was like, this needs to be cleaned up. So she like made me an admin, and her and I would just like start recruiting people from Field that we thought were hot and like verify them. And then we just have, now there's like 300 people in there. And
Yeah.
then we all just like had little meetups. Like I created the
You
community that I wanted.
I was just about to say you made that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And because I'm like, if I can't find what I'm looking for, I'm just gonna make
To
it.
make it.
Yeah.
Wait, how'd you find Field? I never heard of Field until Lifestyle.
I don't I think I started with like Cassidy and like 3Fun and like super swingy apps, and I was like, this is garbage. I probably just like Googled it, I
Yeah.
think, because that's where I met my first relationship. Because we accidentally became polyamorous. It was like a total accident. I wanted to have a pretend boyfriend, and I wanted my husband to have somebody that he could have sex with in front of me because I'm a cut
'Cause you're
queen, and
cut
I just
clean.
wanted to watch him with other women. And so that was the goal. And then we, separately started seeing other
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
And then if you're really attracted to them and you like their vibes and you're getting really deep and vulnerable, for us, feelings were kind of inevitable.
Right, because like, where's the line? If you're, like, already dating other people, is there, like, a point when you cut off? You know what I mean? It's like, "Oh, I'm feeling too much, gotta go." So that's
Mm,
what I ran into when, like, we became poly. It's because, like, we were open, but we didn't intend to be poly. I don't know if that even makes sense at
mm.
all.
So when it started to get like deeper feelings, that's when you were like, oh, I got to cut this off.
The first person I dated outside of my relationship, that one, it wasn't even, like, an intense thing, but it was someone who I was friends with already, but we started going on, like, a date a week, and it was, like, really lovely, really sweet, and he, like, showed up for me, and he was really sweet to me, and my partner didn't like that, and so he was like, "This makes me uncomfortable," and I'm like, "Okay," and so that ended.
But primarily like a jealousy more so.
Yeah, which
Okay.
is, like, for me, that was crazy. Not crazy. It threw me off because his whole foundation was like, "I'm not jealous. I don't possess people," and then, like, throughout this whole experience, it's all I've been, like, experiencing.
How long did you date that person before your primary partner was like, this is too much?
A month and a half? Because it
Okay.
wasn't even like dating. We were just going on dates, you know?
Okay. So, I mean, did it get deeper? Like, were you falling for this other person and like express that to your primary? Or did your primary just kind of like what happened there?
Honestly, I don't even remember. I
Okay.
remember like really liking him and like it was a deep connection. It wasn't like I'm falling in love. Yeah, I think my partners did not vibe with,
Was it their first poly relationship too?
yeah. So I
Okay.
get it. Like no one's at fault. It's difficult. And so however we operate, it's understandable. There's
Mm-hmm.
some things that you should not do and it shouldn't be excused,
Mm-hmm.
but I understand that it is really hard, obviously.
It's so hard. I wasn't expecting it to be as hard as it is.
Mhm.
I have always known that it takes like a lot of communication, but I don't think I realized that it takes a lot of vulnerability. And I'm very much like a suffer in silence type of person.
Same.
Like I also need to sit and digest it for a long time before I express it to my husband. And it would get to a point where I would be like, I don't know how to express it. I don't know how to articulate it. I don't know what this emotion is because I've never felt it before.
Yeah.
And so I just wouldn't even express it until it would just get to a point where I was like fucking pissed.
Right.
And he'd be like, "Why are you mad?" And I'm like, I don't know.
Well,
Why are
what do you
you
mean you don't know?
like, fuck you and fuck your partners. And I would just like make stuff up. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
well, why is she saying this? And he's like, what's your deal?
Right.
And he dated Cammy, one of the
Mhm.
twins from Double Teamed for a long time. And they straight up fell in love. And it was the
Mhm.
first person that he had fallen in love with besides me in at that time, like 12 years.
Wow.
And at first, I think I was, well, also, they told each other they loved each other after like 2 weeks. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I'm not one
Aw.
to talk now because I told James after also like
Right.
2 weeks, but we were friends first.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and uh, and he
Oh,
came.
wait, so they met, and then I love you 2 weeks after they met
They had like
slash dating.
they like talked a little bit on like social media,
Okay.
but like hanging out, like met, hanging out, dating for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And he came home, and I could tell he was kind of nervous to tell me. And it's funny because I'm like, I can't wait for you to fall in love with somebody. I
Yeah.
can't wait, compersion, la la. And then he told me, and I was like, what?
Excuse me?
I'm your wife? What the fuck? And I think I was mostly kind of pissed because it was like 2 weeks. And I'm like, couldn't
Yeah.
you have just waited to
Waited.
go on my timeline for when you could fall in
Yeah.
love?
Yeah, why can't you love on my, you know?
Yeah, just like get inside of my brain and head and know what's gonna work for me.
Yeah.
And they were telling each other like we were soulmates in another life, like all sorts of shit that I just never anticipated.
Mm.
And also, she lives in LA and we're in Orange County. So, a couple times a week, like he'd drive up here or, Cammy would come down here. And I was dating her twin sister, Nicole,
Love that.
which was a total accident,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not on purpose. I was dating Nicole first, actually. And they don't cross pollinate.
Right.
So, if one's hooked up with the other one, they don't hook up.
Right.
And so there were times that Cammy would come over to our house and the three of us would be cuddling on the couch and I can tell they want to get frisky.
But you can't involve
I
yourself.
can't involve myself. So I felt like I was in the way.
Yeah, it's like, then do I leave?
Right. I'm like, do they want me to leave? But they're not telling
Telling me?
me. So that would be really awkward. And I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to go to bed, I guess. And that was and that was the first time that he was in a relationship that I was not even allowed to have any involvement in. And I'm a cut queen, so I'm like, I just want to like peek
Yeah.
in or something. And I just,
You're not allowed to watch it all.
no. And that was their boundary. And I respect
Right,
I
right, right,
respect
right,
that, but
right.
I was just
But it
like,
makes it tough.
that was hard.
Your husband said that, or they both said that they felt like they were soulmates in a past life.
Mhm.
How did that make you feel? Because you guys are married.
Um, at first, I I mean, it was like a stab in the heart at
Mhm.
first. Because when I think of soulmate, I think of one person,
Right.
right? And it's someone that follows you in every lifetime that you're in love with.
Right.
And I don't think it was until like a couple of weeks after that of me thinking that and like stab in the heart where he was saying, no, maybe she was my best friend in another life. Maybe she was my mom in another
Mm.
life. Maybe she was my lover in another life. And so when he explained it in that way, and he was like, you're my soulmate too. I think I have other soulmates in my life. Maybe my best guy friend is a soulmate. And so
Yeah.
when he started, maybe my dog was my soulmate in another life, right? So I think he will find these deep connections and see it in that way. And that makes
Yeah.
him feel happy. So when he described it like that, it made me feel better. But I mean, honestly, for the first couple of months, I would use that against him.
Yeah.
And I would say, oh, well, I mean, she's your soulmate, right?
Right.
And he'd be like, what are you doing? I don't know. But like, fuck you. so, so yeah, I mean, that one was hard. And I guess maybe that was jealousy,
Yeah.
but I would primarily put it under the category of just like anger
Yeah.
for some reason. I think that's my first,
But anger is the top.
it's the top
What's
one.
underneath?
Yeah. But then
Yeah.
eventually I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. Watching him on the couch, texting her, and his face just lighting up and a big smile, and just seeing my partner just feel the
The
butterflies and the
glow.
love. And I love that for
Yeah.
him. And even when they broke up and he was heartbroken, I felt honored to be able to be there for him during his
Right.
heartbreak.
Right.
I mean, it was maybe it was weird, but I wasn't jealous about that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, "How can I take care of you?" And he's done the same thing for me, you know?
That's cute.
You
That's
know,
really beautiful.
he's my little muffin.
When my then boyfriend was going through his, like, separate breakup, it felt like I was his bestie in a way because, like, I was helping him through his breakup, being, like, trying to comfort him, like, be on his side and whatever. But it was so weird too because he would, like, I'd support him and, like, kinda parrot what he just said to me, and then he'll start defending her as if I, like, had said something against her, and I'm like, What are you doing?
Mm,
I'm trying to be there for you, but,
mhm.
like, you're making me like, I feel like shit for helping you through your breakup. Like, it's I don't know.
Do you think he was just mad in general, and anything you said or did or
Probably.
anyone said would have just made him pissed off?
Maybe, 'cause I felt like yeah, it felt weird for me to be his partner and, like, comforting him with his other partner and then him, like, being mad at me
Mm.
through I don't know.
Were you jealous when he was heartbroken over his other partner?
I think I was because I'm like, "Am I not enough?" Even though, like, obviously we're both dating different people.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm like, "Why are you heartbroken? Am I not enough for you?"
It's so interesting because, like, so much of this is unlearning monogamy more than
Yeah.
anything else, right? Did you also eventually kind of feel, like I said, like, honored and good about being able to be there for him in that, or did it always kind of feel not good?
It felt weird. There were times where it did feel good. We
Mhm.
would, like, have some bonding moments, and then I'd sit with him, he'd be like, "Thank you for being there for me." And then other times it was just weird, I think.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm, like, working through my jealousy.
Okay.
After this relationship or, like, during and now after, I'm dealing with feelings of jealousy that come up, and I don't know how to address it.
Mm.
Because if something happens and I'm like, what is she doing here? And, like, I don't really feel that way. I like this person. I'm not threatened. Not in like I'm not threatened, but more like, I feel secure in myself. And like if someone wants to leave me for somebody else, feel free. The door's right there. Like I'm
Mhm.
not gonna stop you. If they want to go, they're gonna go regardless
Right.
of what I say or feel. But this feeling comes up and I don't know how to communicate it. And I don't know how to express it in a way where I don't sound jealous.
Mm. Well,
Is that the move? Are we trying to not seem jealous? And does
no.
that like
No, I'll tell you the move. You tell them you're jealous. Like, just straight up, just use that word.
okay.
'Cause that's what I'll do with my husband or anyone else I'm dating. I'll just straight up be like, "I'm feeling a little jealous right now."
Mm.
And most of the time when I express that to any of my partners, it almost, and I can relate to this too, it almost makes them kind of feel a little loved
Oh, they're
that
like,
I am
"Oh, someone
jealous.
is like, they want me."
Yeah. Like, do you feel that way if any of your partners are like a little jealous? Do you kind of feel, as long as it's not like angry jealous, but like a
Yeah.
cute jealous or like, I'm a little jealous?
When it's cute, it's cute. But when
Yeah.
it's like bad actions follow it, then I'm like, that's not cute. Why are you jealous?
Right. Right.
So I
No.
don't want to be dismissive of your feeling, but if you're gonna like, I don't know, behave shady, I don't know.
Have you ever had a partner that was like cute jealous, or has it primarily been like just not cute? Not
Nothing
cute?
cute.
Interesting. Because my
Can someone
husband,
fight over me in a cute way? But like be demure and attractive about it, you know?
yeah. Because I kind of, I like it. But again, like my husband's kind of cute about it where,
Yeah. I mean, he is cute. So I can't imagine him like not being I'm imagining him being like, it's making me kind of jealous.
yes. And it's sweet. And I think that it's really disarming when
Yeah.
someone's just that
Being
honest.
vulnerable.
Yeah. And that vulnerable. And I feel like it naturally makes my wall come down.
Yeah.
Because if he, tries to almost digest it too much and tries to figure it out and talks to me about it, I will unintentionally get defensive.
Right. So it
And
feels a bit like I'm pointing fingers like
you did
you're making me
this.
jealous instead of like I'm feeling jealous.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. But if he's just vulnerable and is like, I'm feeling kind of jealous, it's like, okay, well, what can I do to make you feel more loved?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'd really like more physical touch, or I would love to have a date night once a week, or words of, because mine's words of affirmation.
Mhm.
So when he is seeing somebody seriously, and if I have a little twinge of jealousy, I tell him that. I'm like, I'm feeling jealous. I'm not entirely sure where it's stemming from quite yet, but what would make me feel good is words of affirmation that you're still in love
Mhm.
with me. I'm still your best friend. Like nothing has changed. And he'll do that. He just
That's so
walks around the house
sweet.
and will just like give me a hug and he's like, I love you so fucking much. And for the first couple years we would reclaim each other sexually,
Uh,
and I think that helped a lot too.
yeah.
So he'd come home from dates and I'm like, I want to be the last one that you had sex with
Yeah.
and the last one that you connected with.
Yeah.
And nowadays I'm like, be quiet when you enter. I will be asleep. Don't wake me up. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it tomorrow.
Slide in the bed, don't shift me.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is interesting like how it shifts and how it
Yeah.
changes. Polyamory, 4 years in looks very different and I'm a lot more comfortable with than the first 2 years.
Yeah.
So like if you ever do decide to give Polly a chance again, it might take a while for it to feel good,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And there are things I took away from that too. Just being more aware of my feelings and like being faster and more honest about it.
Mm,
Cause yeah, I would like take a lot of time away to like digest like how am I actually feeling. I don't wanna say something untrue. I don't wanna like blow up. Let me calm down. But then I took too much time. And then now I'm trying to like then I did the opposite where I came back too fast. And then I was doing those things I was afraid of doing, saying untrue things and then not really addressing it. So what's been helpful in this relationship is that we'll talk it out. Like he'll figure it out with me instead of me being
yeah.
alone to do it.
Yes, that is so helpful. If I sit and wait too long, I'm creating scenarios in my head.
Totally.
And it's always way worse than what
Right.
actually occurred.
So we're projecting our fears onto that person. And then what we think other people are thinking is not at all what they're thinking. It's
Right.
what we're thinking. And we're using them as a puppet to say it back to us. And then it's like, ah, they're being mean to me or like they're making a dig at me. And it's like, you're
Right.
digging at yourself.
You don't know what their true
Yeah.
intentions are. You don't know what their truth is
Yeah.
unless you talk about it,
Yeah.
you
Or
know?
like watch their actions. That's
Mhm.
my biggest, honestly, keep saying this is my biggest takeaway. But one of the big ones is take people as they come. I think maybe I don't want to speak for all people, but a lot of women will date men's potential. Ooh, I see his potential. I know what he can be.
I
Oh,
can
like I
fix
can
him.
change him.
Mhm.
Or like if I do this thing, he'll learn from me and will like do it too. No.
No, I've also learned that lesson with
Yeah.
James.
People We are not dating potential. We are taking people as they come. They don't need to be exactly where they want to be in their career or their life, but if they're like making moves towards that, then that's acceptable.
Mhm.
But even in friendships, take people as they come, take their actions because we can say anything, Be like, no, I do love you. And then you do things that are not aligned with that.
Mhm.
I'm reading your actions.
Mhm.
I'll call you, or like I'll plan dates, or I'll do this, I'll do that, I promise, or I was gonna get you flowers.
Right, right. Oh my god,
Ooh,
thank you
that shit
so much.
pisses
For
me off.
gonna maybe.
Oh my god, my imaginary flowers. Thank you so much. Did you
Wow.
get me an imaginary vase? You're so
Put your imaginary
thoughtful.
water in it.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. That's
Makes
true.
my eye twitch. I was gonna no.
That doesn't count.
You do it or you don't. Don't
Right,
mention it.
right. Yeah, don't see, because you're young. How old are you?
27.
I thought you were younger. You're still
Thank you for
Gen
saying
Z.
that. Yeah, I'm like
Okay.
the older Gen Z.
Oh my gosh, our little Gen Z girl. When you were in this poly relationship,
Mhm.
did you guys ever sit down and discuss your personal boundaries and your agreements as a couple?
Yes, but it wasn't all in like one discussion. At first, it was like anything goes and we'll figure it out.
How'd that go?
So, I mean, not great, obviously, because I'm like, we're both like, whatever. Like, we'll
Well, you
figure it
don't
out
know
when
what
we
you
get
don't
there.
know.
Exactly. So we were running around the field, and then we started
Hitting.
hitting invisible boundaries,
Mm.
and we're like, oh, that didn't feel good. Let's change that.
What were some?
Well, for one, why I found your podcast is because we were at a party, and it wasn't like a sexy party, it was just like a regular party. And then my ex came over with this girl, I didn't even know her. He comes over, he's like, hey, we'll call her Shelly. This is Shelly. And I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. And then she's all like, doesn't he look so good in my sunglasses? And like, he's like, yeah, I look, you know, just being like kind of weird about it. And I'm like, is there something, am I not in on something?
So he didn't
Like,
tell you that he
I
was
think he
bringing Shelly?
wanted to tell me that he wanted to introduce her to me as a courtesy. But then I think there was like a sense of I want to hook up with her, or like I'm into her, but he didn't want to tell me that. And then it was just a really weird like interaction. I'm like, hey, cool. I'm going to get back to my conversation now. And then like 10 minutes later, he comes back and he's like, can I hook up with Shelly? And
But
I'm
he didn't
like,
tell you he was bringing her to this party,
she was
or
already there. He had just met her. So I
oh,
don't know who this is.
oh, he met her at that party and then
Right.
brought her to you to be
Yeah.
like, I'm into her.
Yeah.
And that bothered you.
Because I was like, right now? That's not the vibe.
Wait,
We're not doing that right now. But then I was like, this is all in my head. I was like, right now? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to seem jealous. And
Mhm.
like, I don't think I'm jealous, but I want him to have a good time. And I want to like stop him from experiencing something good. Do this whole like cartwheel. And I'm like, okay. He's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, go for it. They go and hook up at the party. No one else is doing that. So I'm like,
Oh, they
yeah.
couldn't wait.
Oh, they couldn't wait. And then they hook up too damn long. Too damn long,
Oh.
Layla. I was sitting there like huffing and puffing on the couch with like my friends. And I'm like, it has been over 10 minutes. What the hell they
Over,
doing?
over t-
Over
it's been over
10.
a minute
It's
and a
been
half.
like, not a quickie. Oh, you were like, you want to hook up. So I was
Oh.
like really upset. And that was my first experience of like anger jealousy. And it's like,
Mhm.
it's not his fault, maybe. Because I said yes. But for me, I was like, why would you ask me that in front of people?
That's the thing. That's the thing. And that is
Mhm.
something that we learned over the years too, that we had to put on our list is
Yeah.
we do not ask things
In
in the
front of
middle of
people.
something.
Yep.
So if my husband comes up to me, which he doesn't, I'm just giving an example, and he's like, oh, well, we all got tested. Like, can I have sex with her without a condom? And we're at a party. I'm like, you can't, we're in the heat of the moment.
Right.
So we never question our boundaries and agreements in the heat of the moment any
Right.
longer.
Mhm.
Because like you said, it's like, I don't want to yuck his yum. I don't want to be uncool,
Mhm.
so
Yeah. So that
also
became a
learned.
boundary. Don't ask me things in front of people.
Yep.
And then, yeah, that being like the first major like jealousy thing, my friend told me about your experience. And I was like, wait, I need to know. So I started listening.
Yay, that's so cool. You listened to the Palm Springs
I
episode
was
before
like,
we
I need to
archived?
listen to this. Someone else needs to understand what I'm going through. Feeling crazy.
Oh, I love that you found us that way. That's so
Yeah.
cool. What other boundaries or agreements did you guys have, or would you perhaps want if like, to have with other partners?
He set a boundary on, he like limited how much time I could spend with my other partner.
Like it was like once a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really have too many boundaries with him, except just don't ask me things in public or like
Mhm.
in front of people.
Did you have like wear condoms?
Yes, wear condoms. And there was like a special circumstance where like he didn't have to because he was like dating someone else. But then there was a point where I was like, actually, I would feel comfortable if you all started wearing condoms. Otherwise, we have to start wearing condoms.
Oh, right.
And then he was like bummed and then like was thinking about it. And I was offended. I was like,
You're thinking about it?
wait.
Yeah. How dare I give you options and you
Right.
like think about it?
Okay, so you're not gonna choose me. Okay. Okay, got it. I love being insane.
I love being insane. We're just crazy little girlies. What's your favorite part of lifestyle?
Flirting.
I love flirting.
That's really it. Like I don't need to hook up with people. I
Yeah.
like to go in there, do a little flirt, like
Mhm.
okay, bye.
See, people will call me a tease because
love
that's what
being
I
a
do
tease.
too. I would.
It's so fun.
I'd rather flirt
Yeah.
than have sex with people at parties.
Right. Like I'll hook up with my friends.
Yeah.
Like my close trusted friends I'll hook up with at these parties.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm typically just like,
Yeah. See ya.
know.
Do you have any horror stories? That's like my favorite. Oh
ugh,
God, that's like my favorite question. Like, has anything ever happened that you were like, "Holy God, that's insane"?
like at these parties.
Anywhere, whether it's like kink, poly parties, or have you like seen anything at a party where you're like, "Holy God"?
I've seen a gangbang getting set up.
Fun.
And I was like, this is a lot of physics and a lot of flexibility.
Yes,
And I was just like,
it's more
and
complicated.
yeah, I was trying to like fit the puzzle pieces together. And we're all just standing around this because it was for someone's birthday.
Mhm.
That's what she wanted. And we're just like all fascinated. And I did a big no-no. I was leaning on a wall.
You're doing what on a wall?
I was leaning on a wall.
Yeah.
And then I hit the light switch on accident. The big overhead lights come on.
Oh yeah, party foul.
And it's like, boom. Everyone's like,
oh, that's the worst when that
there's
happens.
so many switches. So I'm like, and I just run away and let someone else handle it. I was like, I didn't do that. Why would you do that? Who did that?
I think I've
That's
done
fucked
that
up.
too. Do you have any advice for anybody that's entering the lifestyle?
Figure out your why. Figure out your boundaries beforehand. Figure out your long-term goal with it. I hear things like, it wasn't out for somebody. Like if someone wants to break up already and they're like, oh, I can at least like, enjoy other people, but still have this like security lifestyle and like E&M open stuff will not save your relationship. So figure out your why. And it's said a million times, but figure out your boundaries before you go in. Start with a lot of boundaries.
Yeah.
And then, if you want to take things off, start negotiating them, that's great too.
What was your why?
My why was I'm curious and I honestly wanted to do it to like please my partner to begin with.
So
Not a great why.
yeah.
I'm like, he had this whole philosophy of, yeah, like, so open, so much love, like no jealousy. And I wanted to share that with him. So I was like, yeah, no, totally. I get that. And I didn't want to seem like I was not being cool. Not that I wasn't cool with it, but I was like, okay, cool. Let's figure this out. Like, let's go. Let's have a good time. And then I ended up really enjoying it. But I learned that like I think that is my cat. Deep connections and like these parties. Not big ones. I like smaller ones, like 20 max.
Really?
Yeah, I like a smaller, more intimate setting.
I feel like that's most people.
Yeah.
I want
Top
like,
end actually 14. So it's like a ratio.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I want like a 50 plus. Like because I want
Really?
variety. And again, like I'm
Mm,
a little flirty fairy.
that's
And like
true.
I just
True,
want to
true, true.
like find the vibes. And I really like produce parties and
Yeah.
checking out all the stations with all the people. But I also do love more intimate events too. Like
Yeah.
Brian had a birthday party. There was probably like 15 of us, and that was really fun. So yeah, I can see that.
I should have found a better why, but I ended up liking it and found a great friend group. So no
Yeah.
regrets.
I am so excited that we finally got to sit down and do this and have like
Same.
our little girly talk.
Yeah.
I know Brian wasn't here today. He just got back from Burning Man. He's
He's
exhausted.
dusty.
He's dusty and doesn't want to talk. totally cool. I
Yeah.
was like, me and Nat are just gonna
I'll
have girl
fill
talk.
in. Yeah, you guys have
Yeah.
been wanting me to talk about this, like, the polycule for a long time, and, like, I'm glad I didn't because when you wanted me to talk about it, I don't know what was going on, and that would've been, like, a shit show.
That's
But
when I
now
wanted you the
yeah.
most. I
I
want the
know. I'm
drama.
trying to be as, like, PR?
PC?
PC?
Politically correct?
I think it's more for
Oh,
PR.
PR, public
Like,
relations.
personal relations.
Oh, personal relations? Yeah, no, that's fair. No, that's super fair.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, it's
I
but
get it.
whatever.
But thank you so much for your vulnerability and coming on here and telling us what you learn, jealousy, what you like, friendships. Yeah, any last words?
Ah,
Ah, ah, yeah. All right, everybody. Well, that is another episode of the Unmasked Project.
bye.
Be sure to like and subscribe. Please give us 5 stars and leave a review if you like our content. If you don't, please don't review us at all. Yeah, just don't. Anyway, be sure to, Brian always does this part.
What?
Be sure,
Oh, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe, hit the like button, notification bell,
uh, uh, uh.
DM us, send us money,
Uh-huh.
preferably Zelle.
Yep. I like it.
Perfect.
We'll put it all in the show notes.
Amazing.
All right, cool. Well, that's it. And be sure to try something or someone new.